Hi and welcome to another narration presented by yours truly, Cryptids Roost. Please be so kind as to throat punch the like button and smack the ass of the subscription button as well. And remember to tap that notification bell and then select all. That way you'll receive all notifications each time I upload a new video. So grab your coffee, sit back and enjoy the show. And don't forget, where fear is, happiness is not. I worked on a super soldier project for the government. Part 1. This awesome series is written by SoLonely200. I can't say my name for my own protection, so for now call me Researcher X. But what I can say is that I worked on a super soldier project for the government. Yeah, I know, stereotypical, but I swear it's the truth. They called it Project Lovecraft. I don't know where it began, but I was transferred to it as a researcher after its beginning. I was in a bunker beneath Area 51. Again, I know, stereotypical, but that's the beauty of it. Area 51's infamy makes it too obvious to use, therefore it's the perfect location. That's my thought process on it anyway. I'm getting off subject. I arrived there in 2001 and worked on it, and even now I continue to do so. And let me tell you, I have seen some fucked up shit. So I figured I should tell someone about it, let someone know what we're doing here. It's wrong, thus the post. So let's start with some experiment reports, shall we? Hopefully they don't find this. That's how executions happen. Experiment log. Date 5th of the 1st, 2001. Project Lovecraft 247. Subject Private First Class Classified. Height 6 feet. Weight 140 pounds. Subject was fastened with a gurney with a 1.5 inch leather strap to both wrists and ankles. He was injected with a sample of serum Lovecraft-47b. Subject began to convulse for approximately 2.5 minutes. After the end of convulsions, Private Classified began to gain muscle mass exponentially. Blood began to come from his eyes, and at that point of his muscle mass reaching approximately 75% its original size, Subject's heart and eyes exploded, killing him instantly. Researcher notes, this test was promising. The subject's muscle mass growth was a welcome improvement over previous testing. Experiment log. Date 6/15/2001. Project Lovecraft-287. Subject Sergeant Classified. Height 5'11". Weight 210 pounds. Subject, per own request, was placed in a 5x5 holding cell made of 10-inch bulletproof glass. Immediately after injection with sample of serum Lovecraft-59A. Approximately 45 seconds after, subject began convulsions, with amounts of blood and digestive fluids being vomited during these convulsions. Subject muscle growth rapidly increased by a measure of 15%. Convulsions ceased after 2 minutes, after which subject let out a seemingly rabid and feral scream. Subject struck the glass with a force of redacted per square inch, fracturing the glass. 3 armed personnel enter the holding area and open fire with M16 assault rifle loaded with anti-personnel rounds. Subject is wounded but has no visible reaction. Subject attacked the guards, dismembering each. Subject begins to eat corpses. During consumption, subject appears to grow a 3rd arm and an eye, as well as other appendages. The subject's heart explodes approximately 45 seconds after consumption of flesh begins. Researcher notes, the cannibalistic tendencies of the subject were not expected. However, the seeming imperviousness to bullets and increased strength, as well as the extra limb growth, are promising. Future testing is needed. That's all I can share for now. I know it's not a lot. I can't leak too much right now. They might catch on if I do. However, I have to go for now, but I promise I'll return with more. And if I don't, they got me. Researcher X signing off. Part 2. Further testing. Hello everyone, this is Researcher X. In case you missed my original post, let me just get you up to speed. I am a researcher on a government super soldier project known as Project Lovecraft. Now, seeing as my superiors haven't found the last post and you guys think it's fiction, we're all safe for now. However, to the families of the poor souls we've performed this project on, I'm so sorry. I know we will all burn in hell for what we've done. Every one of us, from the head researchers down to the lowest of recruits. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, aren't I? You guys are here for more experiments, aren't you? You sick fucks. But hey, I did promise, so here we go. Experiment log. Date 8/13/2001. Project Lovecraft-387. Subject pregnant female of classified years of age. Height 5'6". Weight 130 pounds. Subject, under the guise of an abortion, is injected into her womb with a sample of serum Lovecraft-87b. Approximately 35 seconds later, convulsions begin. Subject's neck twisted at an angle of 372 degrees. Movement continued. 1.5 minutes after the beginning of convulsions. Subject's upper torso ruptured. Previously early-term fetus, now seemingly fully grown, emerges from the chest cavity. The fetus is hereby referred to as Subject Lovecraft-2, and the mother referred to as Lovecraft-1. Lovecraft-1 proceeds to somehow still be capable of movement, despite seemingly fatal wounding. 3 arm-like appendages grow from her sides, and her jaw extends 3 inches from her skull. Lovecraft-2 has 5 eyes and numerous deformities. Subjects struck the reinforced walls surrounding them for approximately 5 minutes before they expire. At this point, Subject Lovecraft-1's internal organs liquefied, and Lovecraft-2 expired at the same point as the mother. Autopsy report. Subject Lovecraft-2, despite not being full term, weighed 47 pounds 7 ounces. It also lacked a heart as well as a digestive tract. Additionally, Lovecraft-2 had several bones not found in humans and 3-inch fang-like teeth. Researcher notes showed the normal feral behaviour of previous subjects. The lack of a digestive tract and heart in Subject Lovecraft-2 suggests an adaptiveness due to previous subjects' hearts exploding. Also, the growth of additional appendages without cannibalistic tendencies is very promising indeed. It is still undetermined how the mother lived as long as she did, considering her injuries. Experiment log. Date 9/13/2001. Project Lovecraft-415. Subject corpse of victim from WTC attack. Cause of death? Death upon impact after leaping from WTC-1 on September 11th. Height? Unavailable due to cause of death. Weight? Unavailable. Subject was placed onto a standard autopsy table and injected with serum Lovecraft-89A. Approximately 5 minutes after initial exposure, subject began to reanimate. Subject stood despite multiple bone fractures in his skeleton, especially leg fractures. Subject regurgitates its heart. It proceeds to consume the organ, growing a second mouth in its neck region, complete with teeth. Upon seeing researchers looking on from behind protective glass, it lunges. It struck on the glass, managing to break it, and Dr. Classified was grabbed and pulled through. Using its second mouth, subject sprayed digestive fluids on the doctor. It then proceeded to rip out the esophagus of Classified and consume it. After consumption of the Doctor's flesh, it grew a tendril-like appendage out of its back. Personnel armed with explosive round ammunition and 12-gauge shotguns entered and terminated the subject after several rounds. Researcher notes, while the death of a colleague is never a good thing, the reanimation of the dead tissue and lack of death before personal intervention does suggest a possible military application. The cannibalism and growth of appendages is still a side effect of the Lovecraft serum we don't fully understand. Perhaps we should make use of it as a biological weapon. Following the reanimation of Dr. Classified's body, any attempt to use Lovecraft 89-A as a bioweapon under any circumstances will be denied due to risk of contagion. So these were far more graphic. Told you I've seen some shit. So with that, let me know if you want more. And barring they don't find out who I am, I'll post more. Until then, I've been Researcher X, bringing you the reports on Project Lovecraft. Edit. Upon the request of user Incredible Platypus, I did some digging and found the security footage of the instance of Dr. Classified reanimating. Below is my best try at a transcription, I guess. Date 9/14/2001. Time 0100 hours. Dr. Classified's body was laid on an autopsy table, having been dissected for internal effects of the digestive fluids they were coated in by hostile Lovecraft subject. At approximately the half-hour mark, with several major organs missing, Classified sits up on the table. A nearby researcher doesn't see this. Classified, hereby referred to as 89A-1, punctures the researcher's upper torso from behind with a single strike. 89A-1's arm is visibly all the way through the researcher. The next 35 minutes of footage consists of 89A-1 eating the flesh of the researcher's corpse before it too reanimates, hereby referred to as 89A-2. At the point of 89A-2's reanimation, 89A-1 has already begun previous side effects of growth of appendages and orifices in his body. At 02 hours, 2 armed personnel enter the room on patrol. 89A-1 and 89A-2 attack them. They kill one member of the patrol, but the other kills 89A-2 before 89A-1 kills the personnel. 10 minutes later, a squad of armed personnel arrive. Although they suffer casualties, they put down all instances of 89A. Dead members' bodies were incinerated immediately, along with all instances of 89A reanimated corpses. So yeah, may have accidentally made zombies, huh? We're definitely going to hell. Part 3. Testing resumes. So, first off, I apologise for the delay. Due to the nature of what I'm telling you all, I had to delay posting these due to scrutiny by my superiors. But here I am. In case you didn't know, I am Researcher X, and I work on a super soldier project for the government, known as Project Lovecraft. Following what is officially known as Incident 89A, Project Lovecraft was suspended from 9/15/2001 to 12/16/2001. Upon resuming testing, we began testing on animals as well as humans. The details of this are below. Note, following Incident 89A, all subjects that exhibit hostility will be incinerated immediately, as dictated by Protocol 89A-3. Experiment log. Date 12/16/2001. Project Lovecraft-422. Subject 1 standard lab rat. Subject Lovecraft-1C and 1 stray cat. Subject Lovecraft-2C. Weight nothing. Subject Lovecraft-1C at 0.001 pounds. Subject Lovecraft-2C, £5. Subject Lovecraft-1C injected with serum Lovecraft-95A, then placed in cage with subject Lovecraft-2C. After approximately 11 seconds, Lovecraft-1C shows significant increase in aggressive activity. Lovecraft-2C attacks other subject in response, consuming the rodent. Approximately 1.5 minutes after consumption, Lovecraft-2C's vital signs cease abruptly. Lovecraft-1C emerges from the body of Lovecraft-2C. Subject is now significantly larger. Lovecraft-1C begins to assimilate the other subject's body. Lovecraft-1C begins reanimating approximately 30 seconds after assimilation begins. The new creature, hereby dubbed Lovecraft-3C, has several appendages not found in either mammal, sprouts from its back. Subject begins to hit the walls of the cage, breaking the door in 2 minutes. It's terminated via incineration immediately. Research notes: the aspect that most intrigued me during this experiment was the assimilation of the dead subject. Perhaps this could be used in the future. This strain has great potential. Experiment log. Date 12/24/2001. Project Lovecraft-500. Subject: sample of human stem cells. Samples of serum Lovecraft-98B is introduced to human stem cells. 30 seconds after the serum's introduction, cells multiply at a rapid rate, nearly 50 times the normal rate of cellular reproduction. Within 2 minutes, a human hand has formed, with a human mouth on the palm. Within 5 minutes, the hand has grown eyes across the forearm and the mouth begins to vocalize. 2 minutes after, it has grown a torso and half of a second arm. A large mouth is formed in the torso's chest with 6-inch canines. It began pulling itself towards the protective glass between it and the researchers. Observing researchers noted suction cups on the fingers as it climbs up the observation window. It opens its mouth on the torso and a second arm sprouts from within, with an eye in the palm. Spider-like legs grow from its torso and it sprays an unknown substance on the glass. The glass begins to dissolve, prompting immediate incineration of the subject. Research notes: it's an interesting development that a new organism grew from the cells. The creature's hostility was not expected. The possibility of creating new soldiers from scratch has promise, but further testing is needed. Fuck, they're coming. I can't share more. They're onto me. Someone has to stop what's happening down here. Last week one of the subjects escaped and it is still unaccounted for. People are going missing and some seem to be getting sick. I have as well. This is Researcher X signing off for now. Hopefully I'll have more for you later. Part 4, the finale. We succeeded. I don't have a lot of time. This is Researcher X and something very, very wrong is happening here. I can hear them pounding on the door. It won't be long before they get in. People are dying down here. But I'd be lucky if they were just dying, wouldn't I? Like a Stephen King book once said, sometimes dead is better. Anyway, sorry, it's hard to keep my thoughts together with the rampant screams I'm hearing. Good news and bad news. Good news, I do believe Project Lovecraft have succeeded in creating super soldiers of sorts. They're lethal, bulletproof, incredibly strong and fast as hell. Bad news, we can't control them and now people are dying, and when they die, well, they don't stay that way. I've barricaded myself in the facility's cafeteria, though that certainly won't last. I've seen some horrible things, done horrible things. You see, I'm not just a researcher, I'm the head researcher. I ordered all of the tests, all the experiments. I knew what we were doing was wrong. So, with that being said, here is what I'm assuming to be the final experiment log of the government project known as Project Lovecraft. Experiment log, date 03/05/2018. Project Lovecraft-7240. Subject 1 adult male. Height 6'4". Weight 195 pounds. Medical notes. Subject has severe scoliosis. Subject was injected with serum-89B. Convulsions begin and do not cease for several minutes. Medical staff enter the room after 15 minutes of convulsions, and subject's death is declared 5 minutes later. As the subject is being placed into a body bag, reanimation occurs. Nurse, classified, and doctor, classified, are both grabbed by their heads by the subject, who sits up. Feral behaviour exhibited by previous reanimated subjects not displayed by subject 5302-1. Subject proceeds to break the neck of the nurse and doctor and consume their flesh while looking directly at research personnel. Reanimation of both bodies occurs approximately 2 minutes after, hereby referred to as 5302-2 and 5302-3. Armed termination personnel enter testing chamber and open fire. No visible reaction or damage to 5302 instances. Moving at speeds of approximately 60 feet per second, 5302-1 impales one guard, grabs his gun and shoots the others. Incineration is immediately deployed. Subject vital signs ceased. Bodies were removed for autopsy. Note: at 1 AM on March 6, 5302-1's body was found to be missing. It's believed to have once again reanimated. Why the others haven't is unknown at this time. So, long story short, 5301 had a healing factor, and worse it could think. It's picked us off one by one, and now they've infested the place, but worse. They've started merging with each other. I've killed a few. Not all are invulnerable, I've learnt that, but I've been bitten, and a rash is spreading on me. I'm hungry, and I know I'll be one of them shortly. God, I can't remember how we developed 89A and B. Think we got it from some village in Russia. I'm sending this out in hopes that they'll learn from our mistakes. They'll learn from Project Lovecraft. Oh God, I'm hearing voices now, all speaking in unison. A hive mind, perhaps. We are more advanced than I thought. We are capable of thought. I wonder who their alpha is. I'm starting to lose cognitive function. I'm posting this before I lose all reason and become one of them. God have mercy on our souls. Goodbye, Researcher X. Don't forget, if you enjoyed that story, be sure to pop over to the author's Reddit profile and drop them a line, or even give them a glowing review. I'm sure they really would appreciate it. The link to their Reddit profile will be below in the description. Please be so kind as to throat punch the like button and smack the ass of the subscription button as well. And remember to tap the notification bell and then select all. That way you'll receive all notifications each time I upload a new video. Oh, and don't forget to share the video far and wide. This will all help with YouTube's algorithm and will help to promote this channel more. And don't forget to check out the merch store. The link will be in the description and also in the video thumbnail. And if you would like an honourable mention, send in a snapshot of yourself with your purchase and I'll feature it in one of the videos. I now have my very own subreddit community where you can submit any stories you've written. You can submit your stories or encounters either there or send them to cryptidsroost@gmail.com. If you wish to remain anonymous, that's fine with me. All the links are below. I also have a Facebook group, Twitter, Reddit, and you'll also find me on Discord. If you would like to support this channel and help make it grow, My PayPal is paypal.me/cryptidsroost. Again, that will also be below. And don't forget, where fear is, happiness is not.